Today we talk about steroids in professional sports.
For the win! He did it!
For the win!
I love this game. I love this game of you not telling me what the topic is and I get to hear it along with the audience.
I know, right? So here's the deal. I want to talk about steroids in professional sports. And this is the first time I think we've had a podcast where we're not talking about just fighting, just basketball, just, baseball, just football. I'm talking about professional sports as a whole and the usage of steroids.
Shit.
Okay.
I'm all for it.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Listen, do I want to see a fucking coked up, steroided up
John Jones
out there beating the piss out of someone?
Yep.
Hell yes, I do.
Yep.
Do I want to see some motherfucker out there with his arms so big that the baseball bat looks like a toothpick?
Yes.
Absolutely. Football, do I want to see somebody die on the field every game? Yes.
Yeah,
every
you do?
game.
Every
game.
Here's what someone said. It was actually Brendan Schaub. I think he had a bit about it where he was like, I hear John Jones wants to fight Brock Lesnar. And he said, I know John Jones training camp partners. He's like, hey, I'm going to bet on this fight. Hey, how's John doing? He's like, oh, he's doing good. He's, staying off drugs. He's in bed by 10. He's training real hard. He's eating good. And he's like, I don't know. And he said, no drugs? He's like, well, he did a little bit of coke here. And he's like, okay, all my money on John Jones.
Yeah.
I'm going to be John Jones. Why? Because he said, I did cocaine the weekend before I beat you, or whatever. And so here's the thing, especially in fighting, I have two schools of thought.
Okay.
One school of thought, those are human beings.
Yeah.
And Brock Lesnar on steroids is one of the scariest people I've ever seen in my entire life. Has to be. And then the second school of thought, have you ever watched a Pride fight? Ever. So there
What
was
does that mean?
Yeah, so UFC bought an organization a long time ago called Pride. And Pride was the freaking Wild West. And I did not know about it until I was trying to learn a little bit about Mark Hunt. Mark Hunt used to have the toughest chin imaginable. Mark Hunt could take a kick to the head, wobble just a little bit, and be fine.
Fuck me, that's crazy.
Yeah. And so here's the thing. Pride used to be crazy. And from what I understand, from listening to people like Joe Rogan, their contract used to say, we will not test you for steroids. We will not test you for steroids. And it was wicked wild, James West. It was the wild, wild west. And so here's what I'm thinking. Let's have an organization.
I'm all for it.
Where it's like, okay, now here's some guys. We won't test you for. We're not gonna say it, but we're not gonna trust you.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to go through the commission drug test. Which is, you get drug tested one time, and that's right after weigh-ins. I'm not gonna do a real drug test. And so...
I'm all for a steroid league. Every sport.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Because here's the thing. They're human beings. But if we went through, where it's like, these are the clean guys, they get tested super hard.
Yeah.
They get tested crazy hard. And then these guys over here, well, everyone knows. These guys over here, well, they're not really getting tested.
Yeah.
If you want to fight those guys, go for it. Because I'll be honest, there's people that, the fighters are actually people, and I'm like, One time I heard a fighter say, all these people that want steroids to be used, how about you go fight them? And I was like, no. So I understand that.
But no one's making them fight.
There
would be, I also think a regular league is fine.
Okay, yeah.
I want a steroid league.
Okay, yeah.
And I want a marijuana league.
Okay.
Because, I mean, my body, my choice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no one's going to make them do steroids.
Okay.
And there are plenty of people that, like, can't play in the real NBA, but they could play in, like, the steroid NBA.
Okay.
You know, or the steroid NFL, or the steroid MLB.
Can you imagine Westbrook on steroids?
No, I can't.
Me neither.
Could you, like, think about how baseball would change, though. Like, you think of just the hitters, like, hitting baseballs 1,000 yards. Think of the pitchers, though. Like, I think our oldest Chapman throws, like, 106 right now.
Put that guy on steroids.
Put him on steroids. He's throwing 200, 250.
Yeah.
Like, could you fucking imagine that league? Like, They're throwing 250 mile per hour. They have to have, like, 7-inch thick leather gloves to catch the ball.
Yeah.
Like, could
just
you,
like the
you don't even
face
need
mask.
You don't even need outfielders. You're either going to strike out or hit that shit to the moon.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or boxing, like, you will, if you lose, you die. You know, or UFC, if you lose, you die.
And that's so crazy. Well, I wouldn't say you lose, you die, because here's the thing. There's people that, like, Overeem, he used to be on steroids, and he was a bad dude. And then, Fedor, like, there's older people who have done steroids before. Remember when I showed you that guy? This is him on TRT. This is him off of TRT.
No.
You remember that? Maybe that was Tyler I showed. But it's just like, a part of me thinks that there are a certain type of, especially fighters, where I think steroids would be okay for them to use. So, say we have a steroid-free league, right? Which right now, the UFC especially is really, really trying to have a steroid-free league. With USADA, the extra drug testing. But there's a certain point where I'm like, okay, well, there's old people who are still bad dudes that still want to compete, but they're just, their bodies won't let them anymore. They're older. Now, those people, I feel like, if they go to a doctor and the doctor puts them on steroids, allowing their body to keep up.
Right.
Like Anderson Silva, he just got popped for steroids for the second time.
Right.
Which, in a lot of people's opinions, mine including, takes him out of pound for pound talk list, greatest of all time talk list. You know, he got busted for steroids 2 times. And then you have, just the older guys where it's like, okay, get them to a doctor, let the doctor regulate, and then let those guys fight because they can't. They can't do what they used to be able to do.
Same thing for NBA. Like, we would see Kobe play till he was 40, Vince Carter's 40, Steve Nash retired at 39. Like, we would see those guys play till mid-40s.
Yeah, because
or later.
Their bodies would be able to do it.
Like, they played at such a high level and then they just broke down. Same with, like, Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Guys like that in the NFL. Quarterbacks could play so much longer. Everyone, like, it would just... Like, obviously not... You don't want to see, like, 350-pound guys with tree trunk arms throwing a football. But, like, I think a regulated steroid would... You know, I mean, I don't think it would be such like a competitive advantage. It would be just like for health, like their body at a certain age, like you just don't recover. Like, there are games where like Vince Carter he'll play like 3 games straight, and he's got to sit a game just because he can. His body can't do it.
And it's not like when me or you play basketball, where I'm sore the next 4 days because I'm just not in basketball shape. You know what I'm saying? I walk around like I have a peg leg. So it's not like that. It's just like their body it breaks down. And so I can understand, like, okay, 2 reasons I want to see steroids. Number 1, watch a pride fight. Just one. I just want you to watch a pride fight. Number 2, for older people, medically, like, physician watching over. Because there's some people that could still really, especially in the UFC, they could still do it. And then that's it. And then the other school of thought is, okay, no steroids. But why? It's entertainment, right? Why no steroids? Well, I think that it's entertaining to see what the human body can actually really do.
Right.
How far can you push a human body to do. Courtney Dauwalter. I know you don't like talking about her, but that's
Courtney Dauwalter.
Courtney Dauwalter. That's one thing where it's like, how much can a human body actually do?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Or Francis Ngannou doesn't even take Hey, Francis Ngannou doesn't even take protein powder. And how does he look like he's built of stone? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm with you.
So that's the other school of thoughts. Like how...
One thing I hear a lot, like people say like, we don't think Barry Bonds or Alex Rodriguez or people like they shouldn't be talked about in like all-time greatest power hitters or whatever.
Yeah.
League because they got popped for steroids.
Okay.
But I'm like, I don't care about the integrity of the game. The only people that cares about the quote integrity of the game is those old motherfuckers that were around before steroids were around, or Babe Ruth would have definitely used steroids.
I'm sure he did, actually. I feel like Babe Ruth did, though.
I'm sure all of those guys would have done steroids. Like, I don't care about the integrity of the game. I don't care about the integrity of the NBA. If Westbrook wanted to do steroids and the league allowed it, fuck yeah, I'd watch it. Fuck yeah,
you'd watch it.
I'd compare it to Oscar Robertson or Magic Johnson. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you'd say, I don't know, bro. I don't really think that's good. I'm like, but you'd watch it, though.
But yeah, exactly.
But did you die, though? No.
But did you die?
You watch it. You'll watch it.
Everyone would watch it. Like, should a steroid league happen? Yes. Will it ever happen? Hell no.
No way.
I mean, they should. I think the drug guidelines are way too strict in professional sports. Like, there's a guy right now for the Browns, for my Browns, Josh Gordon. He hasn't played a regular season game since 2013, before last week. 2013. I was still in fucking high school when he was playing.
Oh.
For weed. He failed
for weed?
2 straight drug tests. There was also, he signed like a waiver that said, I'll go to rehab, I'll stay off alcohol. Last game of the season, he drank an alcoholic drink on the way back from wherever they were playing to Cleveland. And they popped him. They drug tested him. He was like, the season's over. What do you mean I can't drink alcohol on the plane?
Whoa.
He's been out since 2013. He's just back. Like, he is, honest to God, one of the most talented receivers I've ever watched. He came back after not playing for 3 years. He's a top 4 wide receiver in the NFL today. Second game back since 2013. Like, and it's for weed. It's for alcohol. Like, it's such a weird, strict guideline. Why shouldn't these people that go out there and get the shit beat out of them, why shouldn't they be able to smoke weed?
Yeah.
Like, why shouldn't they give them an option to have a weed league?
Yeah.
You know?
Or just like, those guys could probably get it for a minute. I mean, Nick and Nate Diaz. You know Nate Diaz, right? From the fights with Connor. His older brother, Nick, got in trouble for weed. But his older brother kind of got in trouble because I think he was high during a fight. And you can't do that. Because that's like a pain reliever and stuff, too. So, he can't do that. Or it's like, you can smoke weed anytime you want.
Like, I know.
Just not during the fight.
I know why guidelines are in place, but because there's shit like, just recently, Josh Gordon, the guy I'm talking about, he's come out and said, like, in high school, I would get drunk before a game just to see how bad I could beat my opponent drunk. And so, like, he seriously did have a problem. But the times he got popped were so fucking stupid. And then there was another story that came out from early 2000s Washington Redskins football team. Their coach got fired because the coach tried to make their best players stop taking shots of Hennessy before games. Like, so Clinton Portis, one of the best running backs in the league at the time, Champ Bailey, I think, and Sean Taylor, some of the best players in the league. They would just be drinking Hennessy. Like, they're in the locker room getting ready for the game like they play in an hour and a half. Just fucking shots of Hennessy, dude.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I understand why guidelines are there, but man, are they... It's not strict. Fucking black and white, you know?
Yeah.
It's not everything is either this or everything is this. You
and
know? You gotta take it situation by situation.
And one thing you gotta think of is when you think about professional sports, how young is the average person? They're gonna be stupid.
Yeah.
A lot of times they're gonna be stupid. They're that young. They have that much money, that much fame.
I heard a great quote on ESPN radio last night. I probably listened for 5 minutes, and this quote just resonated with me. It was a former player. I don't remember his name. He said he played in the league for like 6 or 7 years. He said, money doesn't change people. Money amplifies people. He said, if you're a dumb motherfucker before you get that first paycheck, you're still going to be a dumb motherfucker. He said, if you save money before, you're going to save an astronomical amount after. But
really?
he said it just amplifies you. Like, you don't change. It's whoever you were before, but on $1 million scale.
You have a free, untouchable.
So I agree, man. If these kids are dumb as fuck in high school, getting drunk before games, and then Josh Gordon also said he made $10,000 a week selling weed at Baylor when he was in college playing. You know, it's like, it's no shit that he comes to the NFL and does that.
Yeah.
Like, it really does. It makes sense that it amplifies people.
I guess I would save a lot of money then.
Exactly.
So even if I was rich, I'd save a lot of money, I wonder.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Be dope. Let's get rich. Can you please just, like, share this podcast and get us rich?
Yeah, please.
Can you get us rich, please?
Just get us rich.
Please.
Please. Please. Get us rich by next week.
Yeah. Also, fuck you, LeBron. You're a pussy bitch.
Yeah. Down here and defend yourself.